Welcome back to DeepVisus, where vision meets depth, and we plunge into the intricate landscapes of thought and perception. I'm your host, and in today's episode, we're embarking on a fascinating journey into the mathematical underpinnings of the human mind. Our primary source for this deep dive is a groundbreaking work by Ulf Grenander, titled A Calculus of Ideas, a mathematical study of human thought. Have you ever wondered if something as ethereal and complex as human thought could actually be understood through the rigorous lens of mathematics? That's the central question we'll be grappling with today. Can the human mind truly be understood and modeled mathematically without resorting to metaphysical explanations? Grenander, in his speculative yet compelling work, believes the answer is a resounding yes, and he proposes a revolutionary framework to achieve just that. At the heart of Grenander's theory lies the concept of pattern theory. Imagine, if you will, the mind not as a mysterious black box, but as a vast, dynamic tapestry woven from fundamental units. These units are what Grenander calls generators. Think of them as the basic building blocks of all mental activity, things like man, boy, self, Peter, chair, jump, or even abstract notions like love, hate, fear, and say. These aren't just words. Mind you, Grenander emphasizes they are concepts that precede language itself. So when we talk about a dog, we're not talking about the four letters, but the concept of a canine animal. Now, these generators don't float around in isolation. They are connected by what he terms bonds. These bonds are the relationships that define how generators can combine. The type of connection is governed by a modality lattice. A modality is essentially a set of generators with related meanings, like colors, red, blue, green, yellow, or movements, run, jump, turn. The modality lattice structures these relationships, influencing how thoughts are formed. For instance, the love generator might have bonds connecting it to human M, male human, and human F, female human, for a heterosexual relationship. This intricate web of generators and their connections forms what Grenander calls a thought. More precisely, a thought is a labeled acyclic directed graph, which sounds complicated but just means it's a diagram with nodes, the generators, and arrows, the connections, showing relationships in a specific direction without loops. This leads to a profound assertion. Human thought has a geometric structure. So, how do these thoughts actually come to be? This is where the mind equation comes in. It's a mathematical formula that assigns a probability to any given thought. This probability isn't arbitrary. It's proportional to a couple of crucial factors. First, there's the idea function, symbolized as Q. A high Q value for a generator means that particular elementary idea is more likely to be part of a thought. For example, someone obsessed with wealth would have high Q values for money, stocks, or rich. Second, there's the acceptor or association function, represented as I. A large value between two generators indicates that those ideas are likely to be associated directly in the mind. Think of it as how strongly two concepts attract each other in thought. These Q and A values, in essence, define the personality of a mind. But thought isn't static. It's a dynamic process. Grenander introduces mental dynamics, envisioning thought as a trajectory through mindscape. This journey isn't purely deterministic. It incorporates random elements. The mind progresses through simple moves, like adding or deleting a single generator or connection, and composite moves, which involve larger subthoughts. These composite moves, Grenander argues, more closely mirror the large jumps we often experience in real thought processes. Another fascinating aspect is the concept of genres or themes. These are like mental environments that can change rapidly, influencing the Q vector to emphasize certain ideas. For instance, shifting from a business theme to a personal relationship theme would increase the Q values for ideas related to love or jealousy. This mechanism allows the mind to navigate different domains of discourse and attention. Perhaps the most groundbreaking idea is the calculus of thinking. This is a set of defined mental operations that the mind performs. Beyond simply combining and associating ideas, the mind can perform generalization, MOP3, abstracting specific thoughts into broader concepts by suppressing incidental information. Even more profoundly, it can perform encapsulation, MOP4. This is where a complete thought, once formed, can itself be transformed into a new generator, a macro generator. This process allows for levels of abstraction, where complex thoughts can be treated as single, independent units in subsequent thinking. This is how new ideas are created and stored in memory. So, to return to our initial question, can the human mind be understood mathematically? Grenander's A Calculus of Ideas argues emphatically that it can. By breaking down thought into fundamental generators, defining their bonds and modalities, and then applying a probabilistic mind equation with dynamic mental operations, he constructs a theoretical framework for how thought processes unfold. While his software implementation, Golem, is a first attempt, it serves as a proof of concept, demonstrating that a degree of verisimilitude can be achieved by a probabilistic algorithm. The theory posits that intelligence itself is simply the ability to connect ideas. It's a radical, introspective approach that challenges conventional empirical methods, but offers an elegant and comprehensive vision of the mind as a rule-governed, albeit probabilistic, system. And that brings us to the end of another captivating episode of DeepVisus. We've only just scratched the surface of Ulf Grenander's profound work, but it offers a tantalizing glimpse into a future where the intricate dance of human thought might finally yield to mathematical understanding. Join us next time on DeepVisus as we continue to explore the fascinating world of the brain, the mind, and the elusive nature of intelligence. Until then, keep thinking deeply,